Hello everyone, I am friend Ronaldo Cari Jimenez, but you can call me friend CJ. And this time I want to show you my sashes, my pants that I had in school. And also I want to tell you the story or the good things and bad things that happened to me having each one of these in my years in school. And I never thought that I will make a video about this, and now I can share my story with you about how I did it and things like that.
Hey, that's pretty good.
In my case, maybe my parents thought that because before school I like learning, like write and read before I started school, and maybe they thought that I would love school, but it wasn't like that. They took me to the kindergarten and imagine what happened. In my first day of school, I was like the only one that didn't want to be there. So the first day, my mom had to leave me locked while I cried and trying to escape in front of the other kids. And maybe they were like, why he does that? Like, we are not monsters or something like that. Because school for all the kids were funny, but to me it was so scary that first day. Then I remember that my teacher called me down. She was a lovely teacher. But later that year I was named the best student of the classroom. And because every year we have a parade in my town, we need to go around my town, and that's why I had my first band. I think this is not. I think I lost it, but I have it in this photo. As you can see, it's a red color because I don't have any of this of that color. This was my first sash, my first band, I don't know how to say. The next year I entered in the elementary school, and surprise, who was the top 1 student? Your friend? No, it wasn't me. In addition to not being the best student, I got a little bit sick, and I think it's because my dad went to the United States and I missed him or something like that. But even in that year I did my best in school. Then I went to the 2nd grade, and that year I was the number 1 in my class. And imagine what happened in the 3rd year. I was not the top student, but I remember that in that year I realized that I hated mathematics, I didn't understand it, but I still tried to learn it even if it was difficult. Then I passed 4th grade and I was the student number 1, and in the 5th grade I was also the student number 1, and then at the end in the 6th grade I was the student number 1 again. And all these years at the elementary school I just keep trying and giving my best, because maybe it's true, even if we don't like math or numbers, it's necessary to learn at least something about that, or maybe the basics to be able to live in this society. Math and numbers, it's everywhere in our lives. Then I entered in I think it's called the middle school or the junior high school, I don't know. And all those years I was the quiet one, the respected one, the responsible with his homeworks. But maybe that's everyone thought about me, but really in my house it wasn't like that. Because I hated to make my homework and I liked to have fun and scream. But in school I was maybe afraid of the teacher or something like that. And because my parents always told me be respectful with this person. The bad thing about being the responsible one is my teachers left me in charge of monitoring the class when they had a meeting or something like that, because the teachers knew that I wasn't going to lie them and I will not let my classmates scream or playing loud, and everyone was kind of quiet, and they knew that the student in charge was in watching this list of annoying, and I was did you breathe loud? Did you talk to her? I'm just kidding, because I was telling everyone, please don't make noise. I don't want to tell the teacher that you were doing that or something like that, because I really didn't want to do that to my classmates, because even I knew that they just wanted to have fun. And also, even when they were making things, and it made me like laugh many times because they were like funny. So those 3 years I was the top one. I don't know how to say it because I don't want to sound rude. I wasn't like the best, like, because I was like the one who didn't lose points, and maybe I was like the one who did all his homeworks. But my classmates also felt happy for me, and because being the top student doesn't mean that everyone hates you or something like that.